So let's move to the update. So we have already, let's close the files that we don't need. So we have already edit task.jsx. So let's see. So let's move to our so here to our component. We need to use the same thing like we have done inside that create. So let's first change here from add to edit task. So what is this text that we have? So create new task. Okay, let's add here edit task. So what we need, so the same thing, we need the task here. The task will have the title, the body, and category, but we need also to add the done, and the done in our case will be a boolean. So let's give it, so the default value, let's give it 0, okay? Because the user, when he updates task, so he can make it done, okay? Also, we need categories, the form validation errors, we need the loading, navigate, and we need to get the task by ID. So you will have here the ID of the task, okay? So to get it, let's define a new variable here, and we need to get, let's add, so what is the name of the, inside the app, so what is the name of the, so here it's task ID, okay, of the param. So let's add here task ID, and we need to get it using the use params hook from React router. Okay, so you can import it from React router. And once we have the task ID, so we need to fetch the task that we want to update. So let's add here the use effect. So once we mount our, so here where is the use effect, so once we, so why it's not so let's remove the const, so we need only the use effect, and once we mount our component, so we need to get the task. So what else we need? So let's do something. Let's go to our task list. Let's copy again this function and paste it here. Let's name it or rename it to only fetch task, which is one task. We don't need this part. And also we don't need this part. And we define the response. We define set task. Let's give, or let's change it to set task. And we will give is the response those data, which is task that we are returning here from show. And the route will be API tasks. So let's remove this one from here. Tasks, and we need to provide task ID, and we can use the task ID that we have defined. So this is a get request. We will get the task, and we set the task, and we give it our task, okay? If we have something wrong, let's change it here to something went wrong while fetching task. Try again, or fetching the task. Try again later. And what else we need to do? We need to fetch our task. That's all. So now we have the task, and let's change this one from add to edit. And edit, what we'll do, so same thing, it will prevent the default, set loading to true. So here we will send the request, so the request will be put, not post. Let's import also Axios, but I think it's already done. And it will take us to API tasks, and we need to provide the task ID, which is the one that we have defined. And what else we have here? So we send the task, once we have the response, we display it because here we are sending the message and also the task, and we navigate the user to the home page. If we have validation errors, so we'll do the same thing. We will store them and display them. And if we have any else or any error else, so we say that so here went wrong while fetching. Let's make it while updating the task. Let's go to our add. Where is the add? So we need to change also the message here. While adding task, try again later. So something went wrong while adding the task, try again later. And here something went wrong while updating the task, try again later. So next, what we need to do, we need to set loading to false. Here we edit, and here we use edit. Okay, let's do something. Let's change it to update. So sorry. So I think update is the right name. So update task, and here let's change it to update task. And we keep everything as it is. So all we need to do now is to add the done. So we need to add a checkbox so the user can check that the task is done. So we can use the PS5. Let's check. So we need the form checkbox. So let's change the class to class name. So here let's find class, and here and also here let's change it to class name. So here what we need to do, so we will display the checkbox. So what is this? So let's do something. Let's first go to our app. So I think we have already added the route. So all we need to do now is to add the link. So the link here inside our table. So let's move down. So let's move down. So let's see where it is. So here, search task. So we need another. So here, let's do something. Where is the table? So let's go back to the table. So search for tasks. So here we need to add. So we have created. So let's add another TD here. And here we need to add, let's use the link from React router. Don't forget to import it, and it will take us to, and we need to go now to, let's go to our app.jsx, which is this route that we have defined here. Let's copy and paste, and we need task ID. We can use the curly braces and use task ID. And here the link, let's give it a class, and class, let's give it better and warning, and let's close the link. And here we can use bi edit, or I don't know if they have edit. So let's save and see if they have edit or not. So they don't have edit. Let's use the pencil and see. So now we have the pencil. So if we click, let's make this button small, beta and SM. So save, let's take a look. So if we want to refresh, if we want to update number 3, so as you can see, we have edit 3, but we did not save the content of our, so here it is task, or we have already done this. But the name is still, so let's see, so the name is still here. Let's change also the name to edit. So save, let's see what we have. So as you can see, we have our form. Let's refresh the page. So we need to fill the form. So the form is not filled. So here what we have, let's check the network. So we have as you can see, we have the data, which is number 3. And here, let's go back. So the contents, we don't have anything. Okay, let's add here. So inside fetch task, we need to set task response data. So sorry, not only data. So we have used data inside task list to display the pagination links. So let's refresh the page. So we can fetch again and see. So now as you can see, we have the title, the body, and we have the category, and we have this checkbox. So let's change it. Let's see if we have any errors. So we still have these errors. Okay, we can fix them. Where is this class? I think that I have removed HTML4. Okay, we can fix it. Let's go down. So here we need only one checkbox. So let's remove this one that we have here. And let's add also margin button, so we can move the button to a little bit down. So now let's change the label from default. Let's make it done. And here, as we have seen, so we need HTML4. And we need to add the value and the ID here. The ID, we can make it so here done, and here also we need done. And for the value, we can use now the task dot done. And what else we need? We need also the checked, and it will be checked if the task is done. Okay. And we need also the on change. So when the user make it done, so we need to cast the event. So let's do something. Let's copy from here and paste here. So let's paste here. So let's see. So let's bring back the parentheses. So we need them with the event. And now we can set the done. So we set the done, and we give it the e.targets.value. Okay. So next, what we need, but let's do something. So let's remove the value, and we can use the opposite of the done. So if done, so let's remove also this event. So if the done is true, so we will make it false. If it is false, we will make it true. Okay, so we'll use the opposite. So save. Let's save again, and let's go back. So let's refresh the page and see if we have any errors. So let's check the console. So no errors. So let's check again, no errors. So let's make this. So if we click, so it doesn't work, as you can see. Okay, we can fix it. Let's try to update, change the category, submit, and see. So something went wrong. 404. The route task point 3 could not be found. Where is it? We have changed. Let's go to the update. So I forgot to add slash here. So sorry. So let's see. So I think now it's okay. Let's try to do that again. So let's see. So nothing happened. So I think that we are redirected. Okay, just took a lot of time. So let's go to, I think we have updated number 3, this one. So we have, it's, as you can see, it's updated. We have the title and we have the new category. So we still have one problem, which is the done, which means that the done is not working, even though we select, as you can see, so it doesn't work. So let's check our form so to find where the error or the reason for this error. So or why it's not working. So here we are setting task, we give it done. So here we give it not done, and we don't have this variable which is not done. So we need to use task dot done, okay, which is the task that we have defined. So we are using task. Okay, so the value that we have here, if we have 0, so we'll set it to 1. If we have 1, so we'll set it to 0. Okay, so let's choose now. So as you can see, we can now choose the done or not done. Let's refresh the page just to remove the previous errors. So let's give it a new title and let's remove the done. Let's add done again. So now as you can see, we don't have any error. Let's submit and see. So your task has been updated, and where is it? So as you can see now, it's done. Okay, so let's do now the opposite. If it is done, as you can see, we have the checkbox is selected. If we make it not done and we submit, so let's go and see. So we have the third one. So as you can see, it's now processing. So now we are done with the update. So what is next? So we need to move to the delete. So let's do that now.